Hey friends, Kris here Through the Prism of Chrism from the guest house. Great place for you to come for Branson vacation. I've written a book on the tabernacle, 182 pages, and it covers a lot of what we're sharing this week on this exciting study on the numbers of the Bible. Now, we're on number 3 today, and in the tabernacle, outer court, inner court, Holy of Holies. If I remember, I'll give you a website at the close of the video cast, and you get a copy of that. But today, the number 3. Somebody said, 2's company, 3's a crowd, as if 3's a bad number. It's not. 3 speaks of balance, like the 3 legs of a tripod. It speaks of foundation, like the 3 primary colors of blue, red, and yellow. Every other color comes from those 3. 3 speaks of strength. Ecclesiastes 4:12 says a threefold cord is not quickly broken. Now, I'm one strand, my wife is another strand, but when we bring that third strand of God, intertwine him into our marriage, our home, everything about us, then it builds a rope that's strong enough to pull the whole world to the cross. This number 3 speaks about God. Now, God's designate number is 7, but another complete or perfect number is 3. You know, God is triune. What's that mean? Triune. He is Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Mankind's the same, made in his image. We are tripartite, 3 parts. 1 Thessalonians 5:23, you and I have a spirit, a soul, and a body. The gospel is triune. That is what? Death, burial, resurrection of Christ. He was raised on the 3rd day. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. 1, 2, 3. No man comes to the Father but by me. And the Christian faith has building blocks that is built upon. 1 Corinthians 13:13. Now abideth. In other words, these are things that last and survive. Now abideth faith, hope, and love. These 3, and the greatest of these is love. Now, the number 3 also speaks of God's highest level. And when you come to a new level, you always have to conquer a new devil. Everything comes by steps. For instance, Noah's ark had a door in the side, but it had 3 stories or 3 levels. Noah and his family lived in the top floor where they were close to heaven and could breathe the heavenly air. Prayer advances in triplets. What do you mean? Matthew 7:7, ask and it shall be given you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened to you. That speaks of petition, then supplication, then the highest order of prayer, intercession. And Jesus, when he was in Gethsemane, he went out and prayed, went back, found his disciples asleep, and went out 2 times, went out a 3rd time, and then sweat blood and said, not my will, but thy will be done. He reached the highest level and he defeated the hardest devil. The Apostle Paul did the same. When he had that thorn in the flesh in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, he said, for this thing, that thorn, I sought the Lord thrice. Now that's the word in King James, thrice. That God would remove it, and on that 3rd seeking, God said, my grace is sufficient for thee. In other words, after 3 seekings, Paul learned that when I am weak, then he is strong. In your giving, 30-fold, 60-fold, 100. You as a believer have 3 zip codes. You came out of Egypt, you're going through the wilderness, you're about to enter into Canaan, the promised land. David had 3 battles that he fought. He slew a lion, then he slew a bear, then he slew a giant. The lion speaks of self, the bear speaks of the world system, and the giant speaks of the devil. So you've got to combat the world, the flesh, and the devil. 1, 2, 3. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. And then let me close and talk about salvation, because listen, there were 3 crosses on that hillside. 1 man died in sin, 1 man died to sin, but number 3, the man in the middle died for sin. And the Hebrews had to go to 3 feasts, Passover, Pentecost, and Tabernacles, which speak of the 3 areas of salvation in our life. Justification, he has saved us. Sanctification, he is saving us. Glorification, he will save us. Listen, friend, you need to replay this program and learn the power of 1, 2, 3. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Now, you need to get a copy of this book, The Tabernacle, and learn about outer court, natural light, inner court, candle light, Holy of Holies, divine light. Number 3 speaks of ever-increasing revelation. And you can get a copy at KRISJackson.org. Go to the merchandise page, look for books, and be sure to share this with a friend and tune in tomorrow as we study dominion in the number 4. We'll see you then.